METI 203 Discrete Mathematical Structures, Module 2, Part 4. Predicate Calculus. A predicate is a sentence that contains a finite number of variables and becomes a statement when specific values are substituted for the variables. For example, in the sentence, the dog is sleeping. The phrase the dog denotes the subject, the object or entity that the sentence is about. The phrase is sleeping denotes the predicate, a property that is true of the subject. In the predicate logic, a predicate is modeled as a function p of x from objects to propositions of the form p of x denotes x is sleeping, where x is any object. The domain of a predicate variable is the set of all values that may be substituted in place of the variable. For example, consider the predicate function p of xy denotes x plus 2 equal to y. For x equal to 1 and y equal to 3, 1 plus 2 equal to 3, so p of 1 3 is true. But for x equal to 1 and y equal to 4, p of 1 4 is false, and negation of p of 1 4 is true. If you consider another example where p of x denotes x is an even number, then p of 1 is false, p of 2 is true, and so on. If p of x denotes predicate function x is a prime number, we can see that p of 3 is the proposition 3 is a prime number. And similarly, p of x denote the predicate function the number x plus 2 is an even integer. So for values of x, x plus 2 become an even integer. If we consider predicate function q of xy, where q of xy is the numbers y plus 2, x minus y and x plus 2y are even integers. So this represents an open statement which contains two variables. If you consider the number x plus 2 is an even integer, p of x, then p of y, p of 5 is the number 5 plus 2 is an even integer, but 5 plus 2 is 7, it is not an even integer. But negation, if you consider negation of p of 5, it is true. And if you consider negation of p of 9, the number 9 is not an even integer. 9 is not an even integer, that is true. And for x equal to 4 and y equal to 2 in q of xy, the numbers 4, 2 and 8 are even integers, it is true. So for a given predicate p of x and the variable x, there exists a domain D such that p of x is true for some value of x and it is not true for some particular value of x. So the truth set of a predicate function p of x is defined as the set of all elements of domain D that make predicate function p of x true. That is, a truth set denoted by Tp of x equal to set of all x in D such that p of x is true. So Tp is the set of all x in D, domain D such that p of x is true. So consider the example. Let p of x be the predicate function x is the square of a number domain D of X is the set of positive integers. So here the truth set is a set of all positive integers which are square of a number. Consider another example. P of x be x is a prime number and the domain D of x is the set of positive integers. Then the truth set is the set of all positive integers which are prime numbers. Predicate logic generalizes the grammatical notion of a predicate to also include propositional functions of any number of arguments, each of which may take any grammatical role that a noun can take. If you consider the example P of x, y, z, x gave y the grade z. Then suppose if x is Mike and y is Mary and z equal to a, then P of x, y, z is Mike gave Mary the grade A. The predicates P, Q, R, etc. are functions mapping objects x to propositions P of x. In predicate calculus, the following two quantifiers are important. The power of distinguishing objects from predicates is that it lets you state things about many objects at once. If you consider P of x, x plus 1 greater than x, then for any number x, x plus 1 is always greater than x, which means that P of x is true x equal to 0. If you consider x equal to 0, 0 plus 1 greater than 0, 1 plus 1 greater than 1, and so on. So P of x is true for every integer x or real number x, whatever be the domain. So collection of all values that a variable x can take is called its universe of discourse, which is similar to universal set. So here that domain is a universe of discourse where P of x is true. Quantifiers. The phrases for some x and for some xy are said to quantify the open statements P of x and Q of xy respectively. Many postulates, definitions and theorems in mathematics involve statements that are quantified open statements. These result from two types of quantifiers which are called existential quantifier and universal quantifier. The variable of predicates is quantified by quantifiers. So these two types of quantifiers in predicate logic are known as universal quantifier and universal quantifier states that the statements within its scope are true for every value of the specific variable. It is denoted by the symbol for all. For all x P of x is read as for every value of x P of x is true. For all x P of x is read as for every value of x P of x is true. So for all denotes for all value of x in the universal set or universe of discourse, the predicate function P of x is true. For example, for all x in U, universe of discourse U, for all y in U, x plus y equal to y plus x. So here the predicate function in terms of two variables x and y, say p of xy, is quantified by universal quantifier for x and universal quantifier for y. So for all x denote universal quantifier for x and for all y denotes universal quantifier for y. So here two variables x and y are quantified by universal quantifiers. Next is existential quantifier. Existential quantifier states that the statements within its scope are true for some values of the specific variable. It is true for some values of the specific variable, and it is denoted by the symbol there exist. So using this quantifier there exist, we can quantify a predicate function p of x as there exists x p of x, means for some values of x in universe of discourse p of x is true. For some values of x in u, p of x is true. For example, some people are dishonest. We can convert this into the predicate function of the form there exists x p of x. Since some people are dishonest, so it is true only for some people, there exists x. It is quantified by existential quantifier there exists x p of x, where p of x is the predicate which denotes x is dishonest and the universe of discourse is some people. So the existential quantifier there exists, meaning there exists for some value of variable x in universe of discourse, the given predicate function p of x is true. So it means that it is not true for some other values of x. Quantifiers provide a notation that allows us to quantify how many objects in the universe of discourse satisfy a given predicate. So if we consider the open statement, say for example r of x denote a predicate function 2x is an even integer with the same universe of set of all integers, the quantified statement for all x r of x is a true statement. For all x r of x is a true statement. When we say that for all x r of x is true, we mean that no matter which integer is substituted for x in r of x, the resulting statement is true. Also note that the statement there exists r of x is a true statement, but for all x negation of r of x and there exists negation of r of x are both false. Free variable and bound variable. The variable x in each open statements p of x and r of x is called a free variable. As x varies over the universe for an open statement, the truth value of the statement may vary. For instance, in the case of p of x, we have p of 5 to be a false statement and p of 6 turns out to be a true statement. The open statement r of x becomes a true statement for every replacement taken from the universe of all integers. In contrast to the open statement p of x, the statement there exists p of x, that is a quantified statement there exists p of x, or for all x p of x has a fixed truth value where the predicate function p of x is true. And in the symbolic representation there exists p of x, the variable x is said to be a bound variable because P of x is true for some value of x, and the predicate function P of x is bounded by existential quantifier there exists. So it is bound by the existential quantifier there exists. This is also the case for the statement for all x r of x and for all x negation of r of x, where in each case the variable x is bound by the universal quantifier for all. So existential quantifier and universal quantifier are used to quantify the open statements. So in an open statement P of x, the variable x is called a free variable. In the statement there exists as P of x, the variable x is called a bound variable. Similarly, for the statement for all x P of x, the variable x is bound by the universal quantifier for all. For the open statement Q of xy, we have two free variables, each of which is bound by the quantifier there exists in either of these statements. There exists as there exists y Q of xy, or there exists x y Q of xy. Another example, consider open statements P of x, Q of x and R of x and S of x. So here there exists x P of x and R of x. For all x P of x implies Q of x are true. Now consider for all x Q of x implies R of x. For x equal to 1, Q of 1 implies R of 1 is false. So for x equal to 1, this universally quantified proposition function is false. This is called a counter example. This is called a counter example. Consider another example. Universe of discourse of x be parking spaces at UF. Let P of x be the predicate x is full. Then the universal quantification of P of x is for all x P of x, and is the proposition all parking spaces at UF are full. That is, every parking space at UF is full. That is, for each parking space at UF, that space is full. Similarly, quantify P of x by using existential quantification. There exists as P of x. Some parking space at UF is full, or there is a parking space at UF that is full, or we can say that at least one parking space at UF is full. All are equivalent sentences. Now if you consider man is mortal, we can convert this into propositional form for all x P of x, where P of x is the predicate which denotes x is mortal, and for every x it is true. So for all x in universe of discourse, P of x is true. P of x is mortal for every x P of x. Now consider nested quantifiers. So if we consider the existential and universal quantifiers simultaneously in multivariable predicate functions of the form say P of xy, P of abc, etc., then it is called nested quantifiers. The examples are given here. For all a there exists b P of xy, where P of ab denotes a plus b equal to 0. For all a, for all b, for all c, P of abc, where P of ab denotes abc denotes a plus b plus c equal to a plus b plus c. Here note that when you interchange for all and there exist, they are not equivalent. For all a there exists b, P of xy is not equal to there exists a for all b, P of xy. So when you consider quantified predicate functions, propositional forms, for example, there exists x P of x. It is true for some value of x. That is, there exists at least one a x equal to a in universe of discourse such that P of A is true. But when you consider A, there does not exist A in universe of discourse, at least one A in universe of discourse. That is, if it is empty, then P of A is false. In that case, the truth set become empty. Similarly, for all x P of x, for every replacement A from the universe of discourse, P of A is true. And here, when you consider at least one replacement for A, where for that particular substitution P of A is false, then for all x P of x is false. Similarly, there exists as negation P of x is true whenever P of A is false for some substitution x equal to A, correspondingly negation of P of A is true. And there exists as negation P of x is false for every replacement A in the universe, P of A is true. Similarly, for all x negation P of x is true for every replacement A from universe where P of A is false, that is negation P of A is true. And for all x negation P of x is false when there is at least one replacement x equal to A in U such that negation P of A is false and P of A is true. Let P of x, Q of x be open statements defined for a given universe. The open statements are said to be logically equivalent or equivalent when we consider the quantified forms for all x P of x implies and implied by Q of x. When the biconditional P of A implies and implied by Q of A is true for each replacement A from the universe. If the implication P of A implies Q of A is true for each A in the universe, then we write for all x P of x implies Q of x and say that P of x is logically implies Q of x. For example, consider the universe of all triangles in the plane. Let P of x, Q of x denote open statements. X is equiangular and Q of x is equilateral. So for particular triangle A, a replacement for x, P of A implies Q of A is true. That is P of A if and only if Q of A for every triangle in the plane. And consequently for all x P of x if and only if Q of x. That is if for all x P of x implies Q of x and for all x Q of x implies P of x. Now consider contrapositive, converse and inverse of quantified propositional forms. So for that consider P of x and Q of x, the propositional forms, open statements, and if you consider the quantified proposition form for all x P of x implies Q of x, the contrapositive of this for all x P of x implies Q of x is for all x negation Q of x implies negation P of x, and converse is for all x Q of x implies P of x. Inverse is for all x negation P of x implies negation Q of x. For the universe of all quadrilaterals in the plane, let S of x and E of x denote the open statements. S of x is a square, E of x is equilateral. Then the statement for all x S of x implies E of x is a true statement and is logically equivalent to its contrapositive. For all x negation E of x implies negation S of x. Because if you consider S of A implies E of A, if and only if negation E of A implies negation S of A for each replacement A. Hence this equivalence. Similarly, for all x E of x implies S of x is a false statement, which is the converse of a true statement for all x S of x implies E of x. The false statement for all x negation s of x implies negation e of x is the inverse of the given statement for all x s of x implies e of x. So for all x e of x implies s of x is logically equivalent to for all x negation s of x implies negation e of x. So here we have open statements p of x and q of x. So there exists x p of x and q of x implies there exists x p of x and there exists x q of x. There exists x p of x or q of x is there exists x p of x or there exists x q of x. For all x p of x and q of x if and only for all x p of x and for all x q of x. Similarly, for all x p of x or for all x q of x implies for all x p of x or q of x. For all x negation of p of x is for all x p of x. For all x negation of p of x and q of x logically equivalent to for all x negation p of x or negation q of x. De Morgan's law. Similarly, for all x negation of p of x or q of x is logically equivalent to for all x negation of p of x and negation of q of x. Consider negation of statements written in terms of quantifiers. What is negation of for all x p of x? That is equivalent to there exists x negation of p of x. Negation of there exists x p of x is equivalent to for all x negation of p of x. And negation of for all x negation of p of x is there exists x p of x. Negation of there exists x negation p of x is for all x p of x. So these are known as rules of negation. Negation of for all x p of x, there exists x negation p of x. Negation of there exists is for all of negation of p of x. Negation of for all x negation of p of x is there exists x p of x. Negation of there exists x negation p of x for all x p of x. So negation of for all is there exists. Negation of there exists is for all. So find the negation of statement if x is odd then x square is even. So we can write x is odd as p of x and x square minus 1 is even as q of x. Then the given statement is for all x p of x implies q of x. This is a true statement. Now find the negation of this. For that, take the negation of for all x p of x implies q of x. Now apply the rule negation of for all is there exists. Take negation to inside the bracket. Negation of p implies q. Negation of p of x implies q of x. So we know that p implies q can be written as negation p or q. So this becomes negation of p of x or q of x. And apply De Morgan's law inside the bracket negation of p of x and negation of q of x. Double negation, so it is p of x and negation of q of x. Now convert this into sentence. There exists x p of x and negation of q of x. There exists x for some value of x, p of x and negation q of x. P of x is odd and x square minus 1 is not even. So there exists an integer x such that x is odd and x square minus 1 is not even or it is odd. And this statement is false. So this is another example of the negation of a propositional form.